Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're embarking on a mission, really, to explore a figure many of you hold in profound respect, the one and only Ermey. You asked us to really delve into how he didn't just portray, but truly, captured and lived the U.S. military, embodying its very spirit. And we hear you loud and clear. This man was, without a doubt, a legend. Our deep dive today is built on some raw, authentic excerpts from an audio tribute to him. They offer these candid, sometimes surprising glimpses into his multifaceted roles.
Yeah. Our mission today is precisely that, to unpack the unique facets of Ermey's identity, just as revealed in these sources. We'll journey from that intense, unyielding drill instructor persona he perfected to the gruff yet, undeniably charming public figure he became. Crucially, we're aiming to understand why he resonated so deeply, not just within military culture, but with audiences far beyond it. He really made the military experience tangible for millions.
Right, because what emerges from these sources is this truly fascinating duality of this character, that famously tough, often intimidating exterior, which, as we'll explore, consistently concealed. A profound dedication, a deep understanding, and an almost spiritual connection to the military life he represented. He lived it, breathed it, and brought it to life.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's unpack this. To truly grasp Ermey's impact, we really have to start where much of his legend was forged. The intense, no-nonsense world of the drill instructor. This wasn't merely a job for him. It was a role of immense, almost sacred gravity. Ermey himself articulated this with a brutal honesty that cuts right to the core. Listen to how he described his profound sensitivity. I got one hell of his goddamn job here. They send me 60 to 80 buckets of civilian as and expect me to train to be combat goddamn ready Marines. I mean, what does that raw admission tell you about his perspective?
Well, what's truly illuminating here is how clearly he grasped the immense life or death responsibility inherent in his role. He didn't shy away from it. He connected it directly to the ultimate sacrifices, stating with chilling clarity, they're going to come back in bags. They're going to come back in wheelchairs. They're going to be maimed. They're going to be F-up people when they come back. Yeah. This context is absolutely crucial. It fundamentally redefines the purpose of his harsh, demanding training, doesn't it? It wasn't about arbitrary abuse. It was about survival. He saw himself as forging individuals, often against their will, into something capable of withstanding the unimaginable horrors of combat. Because, well, the alternative was catastrophic. It really speaks to a military doctrine where the ends preserving life on the battlefield are seen to justify extreme, sometimes controversial means in training.
And his methods, as he described, they certainly pushed boundaries. He spoke about what he termed constructive physical interaction. It's a very particular lens on discipline. He put it this way. I didn't know anyone that didn't raise a hand to a private, but it was constructive raise of a hand. It was not a, I want to hit you so they can hurt you and abuse you type thing. It was a, did you learn anything from that private? Which side was that private pile? Right side, huh? Or left side? What side was that private pile? He knows forever the rest of his life. He knows which side's this, which side's the left side of his face, and which side. That's a challenging concept. How do you interpret that approach, particularly, through the historical context of military training? What does it tell us about his mindset?
That quote on constructive physical interaction is a fascinating, if jarring window into a specific kind of conditioning. It wasn't about mere punishment. It was designed to create an immediate visceral link between an action or inaction and a consequence. He's essentially describing a form of aversion therapy, aiming for instant, indelible learning under extreme pressure. And he elaborated on this philosophy of pushing individuals beyond their perceived limits, saying, I've intimidated this private so severely that I've convinced him that he can do 12 or he's going to die. That's why. And so when it starts to be painful, he doesn't quit. So this isn't just about physical endurance, it's about breaking down mental barriers. This brutal effectiveness, while controversial, reflects a specific military doctrine. The belief that breaking an individual's preconceived limits through extreme psychological pressure is the only way to forge the mental fortitude required for combat survival, where the consequences of quitting aren't just personal failure, but potentially loss of life for yourself and your comrades. It's a calculated, if harsh, form of accelerated mental conditioning.
And of course, for millions, this intense persona was just cemented by his iconic role as Gunnery Sergeant Hartman in Full Metal Jacket. The sources capture his legendary opening lines, which perfectly encapsulate this drill instructor philosophy. He just barks, I am Gunnery Sergeant Hartman, your senior drill instructor. From now on, you will speak only when spoken to, and the first and last words out of your filthy sewers will be, Sir, do you maggots understand that? And when the recruits respond with that timid, sir, yes, sir, he throws back that classic, absolutely withering retort, B, I can't hear you. Sound off like you got up here, sir. Yes, sir. The sheer force of that voice, that presence, it's incredible.
It's truly something. And this raises an important question. How much of this intensity, this terrifying authenticity, was performance, and how much was a deep, unshakable belief in the necessity of breaking down and rebuilding? Hartman, as portrayed by Ermey, is, well, an amplified version of the drill instructor's ultimate goal. He declares, "If you ladies leave my island, if you survive, recruit trainer, you will be a weapon. You will be a minister of death praying for war. But until that day, you are pubes. You are the lowest form of life on Earth. You are not even a human being. You are nothing but unorganized, grabastic pieces of amphibianess." The stark, dehumanizing language calling recruits pubes or unorganized, grabastic pieces of amphibian shit isn't just gratuitous insult. It's deliberate. It's an intense psychological shock designed to strip away every shred of civilian identity and ego, reducing them to an unformed state from which the military can then rebuild them into a disciplined, obedient, and combat-ready Marine. It's about breaking them down to build them back up fundamentally different, ensuring they are utterly reliant on the system and the unit. A crucial step in preparing them for the absolute chaos of combat.
Yeah, the question of performance versus deep conviction really hangs over his drill instructor role. But what's truly remarkable is how, amidst that brutal intensity, Ermey himself often spoke of finding profound satisfaction and even, well, joy in his work. It wasn't just a job, it was a calling where the challenges were fuel for an undeniable passion. He clearly found a real thrill in it. He said, "Up with our folks in the military, I get to do something pretty amazing. Hell, I can't wait to climb out of the rack in the morning to see what's waiting for me at the office. It's a guaranteed thrill ride." It sounds like he truly reveled in that environment. But, I mean, how common is it for someone in such a demanding, often harsh role to express that level of genuine joy? What do you think contributed to his unique ability to find that thrill in the daily grind?
That's an excellent point. While the drill instructor role is inherently stressful and demanding, Ermey's enthusiasm seems almost paradoxical at first glance, doesn't it? But it speaks volumes about his profound connection to the Marine Corps. He found deep fulfillment not just in the thrill ride, but in the tangible outcome of his work, transforming civilians into Marines. He balanced this hard work with enjoyment, stating, "The crew and I work hard, but we still manage to make it fun." This isn't just about camaraderie, it's about the deep bonds forged in shared adversity. It highlights how the strict discipline and intense environment of military training could also foster a unique sense of belonging and collective purpose, making even the toughest days bearable and, for Ermey, genuinely thrilling. It's the intrinsic reward, I think, of seeing someone achieve what they thought impossible, knowing you played a direct role in that transformation.
And if you've ever heard the audio tribute, you know his immersion in military culture was absolutely complete, right down to the cadences and chants. He just belt them out with full force, a true embodiment of the Marine spirit. You hear him lead. Mama rolled over. This is what she said. Give me some PT. Good for you. Good for me. Up in the morning to the sun, up in the morning to the rising sun, gonna run all day till the morning's done. I love working for Uncle Sam. Let me know just who I am. 1, 2, 3, 4. United States Marine Corps. 1, 2, 3, 4. I love the Marine Corps. My Corps. Your Corps. Our court. Huh. You can practically feel the rhythm and the collective energy, can't you?
Absolutely. These cadences, like "Mama rolled over," or the more somber "I don't want no teenage queen," they're far more than just marching songs. They're a powerful form of psychological conditioning. They foster group cohesion, distract from physical pain, and embed the Marine Corps ethos into the very rhythm of recruits' bodies and minds. They're a living embodiment of shared hardship and collective identity, kind of a primal bonding ritual that transcends individual will. And within these chants, you hear the underlying sentiment of unwavering devotion, even within the grittiness and the gallows humor. Consider the lines, "I don't want no teenage queen. I just want my M14. If I die in a combat zone, box me up and ship me home. My medal's upon my chest. Tell my mama." That trailing off even says something. This isn't merely patriotism, it's a profound immersion in the military ethos, a psychological commitment, where the unit's survival and the mission's success become primary. It speaks to a deep, almost spiritual connection to service that transcends individual comfort or even life itself, a concept integral to the Marine Corps identity, often referred to as esprit de corps. For Ermey, these weren't just words, they were like the very fabric of his being.
Okay, so later in his career, Arlie Ermey transitioned this intense military persona to the public stage, perhaps most famously as the host of Mail Call, Crow. Here, he continued to embody the military spirit, but in a uniquely informative and, well, entertaining way. He set the tone for the show right from the start, declaring, "For the month of July, your tales are mine. You're going to walk, talk, eat, and sleep military might. The whole month is weapons, heroes, and history. It sounds like he brought the drill instructor's intensity right into your living room, but maybe with a different purpose.
He certainly did. And what's truly fascinating here is how he perfected his signature blend of informative military content with that gruff, often comedic demeanor. He took military jargon, which can be utterly opaque to outsiders, right, and made it accessible and often hilarious. Like when he defined snafu. Snafu is GI jargon for situation normal. All F up, it happens in the military, and it happens here on Mail Call.
Right.
He broke down complex military concepts not with a textbook dryness, but with that familiar, no-nonsense attitude, always maintaining the gravity of the subject matter while infusing it with his unique personality. This ability to translate military culture for a broad audience without, sanitizing it was really key to his success.
And his direct, no-nonsense interaction style carried right over to Mail Call, often for brilliant comedic effect. The source has a great example where he's interrupted by someone off screen saying, "Grandpa, your burgers are burning." And he just pauses, deadpan, and said, "Oops, at ease, call Grandma." That's just classic. Then there are his impatient responses to emails like, "Holy dog ass, you didn't put it where I asked you to put it. Did you shoot him? You see, we effed it up, didn't we?" It was pure, unadulterated Ermey. What does this unvarnished public persona tell us about his appeal, do you think?
Well, this raises an important question. How much of his public appeal was precisely because of this unvarnished honesty and quick temper? He'd lash out, sometimes humorously, at viewers or even the production crew. He'd say things like, "Dan's full of S. Nobody ever did that, but we'll go along with it anyway." Or, "Drop and give me 25, you unorganized, grabastic squid piece of S. This is a test. Yes. Don't try this S at home. Hey, you sunk my battleship, you are." This wasn't polished Hollywood, it was authentic, raw emotion. And even more charmingly, perhaps, he'd often direct his frustration at himself. "God damn it, Ermey, you spastic. God damn it, Ermey, get it together here. God damn it. Come on, Ermey. God damn it, Ermey. God damn it, Ermey. God damn it. Wake up here. God damn it, Ermey. God damn it." This self-directed frustration, this kind of theatrical self-flagellation, it revealed an unpolished, genuine nature that audiences absolutely loved. It broke down the fourth wall, didn't it? Making him relatable even in his larger-than-life gruffness. He wasn't just playing a character. He was the character, or at least a highly amplified version of himself.
And beyond the humor, he also had this incredible ability to share genuinely insightful historical and technical military details, even when cloaked in his colorful language. He could go from battleships to airship, the force of wonders like the blunderbuss to 300 rounds a minute of full automatic devastation, then pivot to, "So get ready to scratch that itchy trigger finger. It's time to lock and move to you." He made learning about military history genuinely exciting, captivating his audience with a passion that was just infectious.
Exactly. And what's truly fascinating here is how Arlie Ermey blurred the lines between actor, veteran, and educator. He made complex military topics, from weapon capabilities to historical campaigns, accessible and entertaining, without ever losing that essential Marine Corps. He didn't just recite facts, he conveyed the spirit of military might. Even a seemingly casual phone call interruption during the show added to his relatable yet larger-than-life persona. "Oh, honey, I told you not to call me here at work. The washer's up. We got a lot more mail call coming up." It all contributed to the image of a man who was utterly genuine, a true embodiment of the military spirit whose life and persona were inextricably linked to the institution he loved and represented. He connected deeply with veterans and civilians alike because he offered an authentic window into a world often misunderstood.
Arlie Ermey truly embodied the U.S. military, didn't he? Just completely. From the incredibly serious duty of a drill instructor, shaping young recruits for the realities of combat, instilling that unbreakable resolve, to his later role as a gruff yet beloved public educator, he brought the military experience to life for millions, making it tangible and utterly unforgettable. He didn't just represent the military, he allowed countless people to feel its intensity, understand its purpose, and appreciate its unique culture. He really did.
He had this unique, almost singular ability to connect the discipline, the sacrifice, and even the unique humor of military life to a broad audience. Fostering a deeper understanding and respect for those who serve, he was the bridge, really, between the civilian world and the military, showing the discipline and the heart, the grit and the dedication. And this raises, I think, an important final question for you to consider. What does Arlie Ermey's enduring popularity tell us about the public's desire for authenticity, for maybe the raw, unvarnished truth of the military experience? His legacy suggests that there's a profound longing for voices that don't sugarcoat reality but present it with integrity, even if it comes with a few B and a lot volume. It's definitely something to think about long after the call to at ease is given.